ladies and gentlemen, as you come in, make sure to hit the like button. You see the topic, and I have not really, we've all followed the trial, but I haven't been like uber crazy with it. And I'm gonna keep a long story short. I'm just sick of what's going on in the sector. I'm tired of that couple. I can't take any more of them. I can't take any more drunk lives and women getting cursed out and this, that, and the third. I just can't take it no more. So I decided that I'm going to give my 2 cents on the Diddy trial, the aftermath, of course, the acquittal of the biggest of charges, and we're going to see what happens from here and how his defense team was a gift and a curse. I will explain that a little bit later. This is not going to be a long live stream. And as you come in, make sure to hit the like button. I don't know what's going on with the chat, ladies and gentlemen. If someone could put something in the chat, I just want to make sure it's working. If it's not, then I'll probably just come back and try it again. But I don't know what's going on with this. I tell you, this restream, I don't know which one is worse. I tell you, StreamYard was terrible. I'm not going back to them. It's too much money and too much BS to keep StreamYard, in my opinion. So I'm going to just see what happens here. But this is according to NBC News. And of course, it says that Diddy was found not guilty of racketeering and sex trafficking, but he was convicted of the lesser charges. Now, the judge denied bail for him, saying that it would be impossible. And this is where his defense did him wrong. That it would be impossible to prove that he doesn't pose a danger. The problem is that the defense pretty much admitted, listen, he's got a temper. They almost embraced his bad, pardon the pun, bad boy attitude, so to speak. And that's coming back to haunt him right now. Now, in the long run, will it help him? Perhaps, because I believe that he's going to get time served. And again, this is only my opinion. But let me read what happened according to CNBC or NBC News. Sean Diddy Combs, the one-time global hip-hop titan, whose federal trial unveiled harrowing testimony accusing him of sexual abuse against women and forced drug-dazed freak-offs, was acquitted Wednesday of racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking, but found guilty of lesser charges. The jury's verdict, delivered on the third day of deliberations, declared Combs, 55, not guilty of 1 count of racketeering, conspiracy, and 2 counts of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. But he was found guilty of 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. Now, the maximum for those, just read, mi amor, Dr. LaShawn Rose Brown, and just read my book, Howdy to Both. Listen, as I said earlier, I just couldn't take, I'm sorry, listen, like the good pastor, but I can't take that couple. I just can't do it. And I can't deal with the other people with their drunken stupors and things of that nature. I just can't do it. So I figured let me give my 2 cents as far as the Diddy trial and what I feel is going to happen. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so very much. Later this day, the U.S. District Judge Aaron Subramanian denied Combs' bail request, saying that it would be, quote unquote, impossible for him to prove he does not pose a danger. And again, that was his defense team who did that. Now, the verdict is seen for a win for Combs, and it was a win for Combs and his defense team. And they did not even call a single witness during the 7-week trial. After it was read, his family stood in the background clapping and cheering. And in fact, Combs himself fell to his knees in prayer. And as he left the courtroom, he told his family, "Thank you, I love you." Terry Garagos, one of the lead attorneys of Combs, broke out in tears. His lead attorney Mark and I cannot pronounce this. Anglifano, I believe, made a fist triumph as the defense team hugged one another on the way out. Now, he asked the judge to release Combs from federal detention. Now, he's been there almost a year. And Howdy, once again, just read my book. Listen, you already know, doctor. Excuse me. Now, he asked for Combs to be released on conditions to his home in Miami, offering $1 million bond, saying that Combs has been a model prisoner and he's in the process of working on himself and has no plans to flee. But why he was denied, according to the judge, he cited Combs' attorney's own words. We own the domestic violence, and said prosecutors had presented evidence that Combs had, quote, engaged in years of lifelong violence, unquote. He continues to be a danger to others, according to the judge. Now, he set a sentencing date of October 3rd, and the prosecution is seeking between 4 and 5 years behind bars. Let me give my 2 cents here. This was a colossal waste of taxpayer money, period, point blank. Why do I say that, ladies and gentlemen? The prosecution were grasping for straws. They figured that they had the court of public opinion on their side when it came to this man, and they did. And they figured if they showed enough footage of Sean Diddy Combs beating up on Cassie, which was deplorable and despicable, if they had went that route instead of going full RICO case and trying to follow the trail of conspiracy, trying to say that he was soliciting, then, you know what, the prosecution would have had a real case. But they wanted to literally hang this man. And let me be perfectly clear, ladies and gentlemen, I am not, by any stretch of the imagination, a P. Diddy fan. Never have been, never will be. The prosecution would have been better off going after him for the deaths of Tupac and Biggie than what they did, wasting taxpayers' money with this garbage. I mean, I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen, this was, and again, if you went after him for just Cassie alone, and listen, is Cassie completely innocent in this? Absolutely not. But she did not deserve to be beaten down the way she got beaten down by P. Diddy. Now, if they had went that route and went for assault, I would have been 110% with the prosecution with that there, but they did not do that. This was an out-and-out witch hunt. And I tell you what, his defense team did him no favors in the short term, but what I will say is, in the long term, they may have saved Diddy from himself. Because could you imagine, because let's face it, P. Diddy's the type of guy, and his arrogance got him this sentence, by the way. And it got him prosecuted for 2 of those 5 counts. Because I guarantee you, if it was Hugh Hefner, he would have been acquitted of all 5. But I digress. And we know why, ladies and gentlemen. But could you imagine if the judge did grant Diddy his release, grant Diddy the bail that he asked for? You know that it's 4th of July weekend. And what is Diddy famous for outside of course, the freak-offs? Now, take that. I'm sorry, I just couldn't resist. What is he most famous for? If you're from New York, especially around this time, the 4th of July, Diddy is well known for his white parties. What is Friday, ladies and gentlemen? The 4th of July. Hey, Cheryl Burnett, how are you? And just to thumb it in the judge's face, I guarantee you, dollars to donuts, that P. Diddy would have held him a white party at the Hamptons just to stick it to the judge, to the DA, prosecution, he would have done that. I guarantee you. Oh, he just listen. I'm with you there. He let him stay right where he's at. But here's the problem. And like I said, in the short term, the defense did not do him any favors. But again, they saved him from himself because the judge would have, I think, gave him a harsher sentence. Now Diddy's going to go back to jail. In fact, he is not going to. They're not going to sentence him until October, which is the middle of fall. So he's going to stew. He's already done over a year in jail. It all sets up for P. Diddy to be. I'm telling you, do not be shocked that you heard it first here, ladies and gentlemen. P. Diddy is going to go home after this whole thing with time served. He's not. I'm telling you, he's not going to. Just read my book. I totally disagree with you. He is not getting 20 years. If you think he's getting 20 years, well, and I tell you what, just read my book. Let's say he does get 20 years. I guarantee you, number 45/47, your president, Donald J. Trump, is going to pardon this man. Watch. If he even got that amount. And I don't think he's going to get that. I believe he's going to get time served. And here's the problem. The prosecution itself is only looking for 4 to 5 years. I'm telling you. For what they tried to charge him with, it was a witch hunt. Just read my book. I'm not saying that P. Diddy's a great guy. I'm saying that the prosecution went after him for the wrong thing. That's what I'm saying. They should have went after him for Cassie's sake. They tried, once they did RICO, they overstepped their boundaries when they went RICO. That's where the prosecution fucked up at. They were stupid. They were thirsty. They should have kept all their ducks in a row. If they had done that, they would have got him hook, line, and sinker. But they did not do that. They wanted to build a whole RICO case against this man, which, let's face it, he did. Listen, he did a lot of devious things. We know he's a snake. We know that he has something to do with Biggie and Tupac not being here right now. I can speak on Craig Mack, Black Rob. Do I need to really keep on going? And that's why they're keeping him in that jail. Because he would have did that. If they had granted him bail, he would have definitely did a white party this Friday. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. Hello, pretty brown eyes. How are you doing? I'm just not a Diddy fan. I never have been. Listen, we can hate Suge Knight all you want, but he was right at them Source Awards when he was talking about he's one of those guys who's all up in the videos. And we know Pretty Brown Eyes. We know. Oh, Heavy D. Pretty Brown Eyes. We know. We know. Because that was one of your neighbors. Yes, I'll be sure. And I'll be sure his book is going to be explosive. And we didn't even speak on Kim Porter. We didn't even speak on her. Now, if you went after him for that, you could have done that very easily. Very easily. But they didn't do that. Oh, I tell you, man, they just wasted millions of taxpayer dollars on some garbage. This is exactly what they did. Instead of going after him for assault or even domestic violence, they could have went after him for domestic violence. They didn't do that. They overreached and tried to pull a RICO. What a joke. I'm not even a lawyer, I know that. Jeez. Just plain stupid. Just stupid and thirsty. And because of this, I guarantee you, he's going to get time served. He's going to get time served. And if he does get any type of real time, the president is going to make sure, of course he's not in life. He'll be The prosecution's only asking for 4 to 5 years. You think he deserves 4 to 5 years? Wasted money. As broke as this city is, and New York always cries broke. That's why they charge you. Oh my God. And I love my city, but it is too damn expensive to live here. He ain't my president. I ain't vote for him. In fact, none of these guys are my man. I only answer to one, and that is Jehovah through his son Christ Jesus. I do not answer to any president. And I don't give a damn who he was. I don't care if it was Obama, Reagan, Clinton. I don't give a damn. But I digress. I'm just being facetious. Just read my book. I know you can't stand him. I can't stand him either. But I guarantee you heard it here first. And when he gets that time served, or he gets that pardon from Trump, just remember, I don't want to say, oh yeah, fuck it. I'm going to say, I told you so. I told you so. Uncle Claude told your asses so. Yes, I did it. Yeah, that part. And then y'all will be just, oh man, this guy again. And I can't stand this man. This man, if anybody deserves life, man, none of these people are my president, but especially that one. I tell you what. Oh my goodness. If anything happened to Trump tomorrow, there'll be a cookout. There'll be a cookout over Uncle Claude, let me tell you. Can't stand that orange-faced bastard. And that's the bigger issue. Trump had more charges than P. Diddy, and he's in the fucking White House. Make that make sense. Your president ended up guilty of more counts than Diddy did. How the hell is he in the White House right now? Oh, I get it. It goes right down to the shade. It still does. I get you're absolutely right. Oh, I can't even. I'm so sorry. I can't even post it on here. I didn't. Oh, no. I don't want the chat overlay hidden. Oh, my goodness. I was trying to highlight you, Dr. LaShonia. When asked would Trump pardon Diddy, his response was no one asked. So Diddy will definitely get out soon. That part. And I guarantee you he'll have a couple of freak-offs then. Probably with Carl Winslow again, allegedly. Whoever's left standing. No, he will never represent Harlem. He didn't represent Harlem to me neither. Please, Harlem, if you want to say Killer Cam and the Dipset, yeah, they represent Harlem. Langston Hughes, of course. Harlem has always been the real trendsetters. P. Diddy, first of all, P. Diddy's from Mount Vernon. It's not from fucking Harlem. Let me tell you something. I'll tell you what, I'll you know what, Pretty Brown Eyes, I'll bring the food. It's on me. If anything happened to that orange-faced bastard, it's on me. Everything. No, I understand. Just read my book. I'm just messing with you. Just read my book. I know you don't like that, man. I had to pick on somebody. Unfortunately, it was you. Just read my book. Please forgive me if you really thought that I felt that way. I totally do not, and I apologize if you felt any type of way. But there is no way that I really pin that on anybody, especially anybody in this chat. But it lets you know what the hypocrisy is. The hypocrisy And it shows you how prejudiced and how racist this country truly is. There is no way that you can have a president who admitted that grabbing women by the you know what was found guilty of several counts. And he's in the White House. Meanwhile, this man, they couldn't even prove a RICO. They decided to charge him for knowing that he had a prostitute in his vehicle and just taking him from point A to point B. That's what he was found guilty of, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you what, if he doesn't get pardoned by Trump, deal? If he gets pardoned by Trump, my hands are clean. But I'm telling you, he's not getting 20 years. The prosecution's only asking for 4 to 5 years. He might get 10, and I doubt that. Again, the prosecution knows it's dead in the water. They're asking for 4 to 5 years. He's already served over a year. He's getting time served. That's money in the bank. Because all of these people are corrupt. And this man has friends in low places. And that is why he didn't get the bail. And rightfully so. I wouldn't have given him bail either. Hold on just one moment. I shall return. Hello? Yes. What? What account? What account? My account is not bad. I don't have this live stream on Facebook. It's on YouTube. I don't know. I don't know what. I have no idea. My account's not bad. My account is. I'm on. No. No, I had absolutely. No, it's fine. No, you did not. I'm not on Facebook anyway, but I'm not. Listen. As the prosecution investigates this whole case. I hope everybody is not hearing me right now because house princess. Yeah. No, it's cool. I don't care. House princess. I know this is a very tough time. This is today's day. No, it's fine. No, it's cool. It's cool. We'll talk after. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still here. Listen, I'm not from Harlem. Obviously, I'm from Mount Vernon. And trust me, I lived in Harlem for a few years. I love Harlem. That's my second home. I love it. In fact, I used to live on 137th and Lenox. I miss that area. Now Harlem's not now. It's not the same Harlem as it was in 97, 98, and Listen, Harlem has been gentrified so much. It's the upper West Side now. But there are still remnants of Harlem. There's no question about that. I'm telling you, he's going to get the 10 years. And I don't think he's going to get 10 years. I just don't. I think that, again, the prosecution tipped their hand when they said they're asking for 4 to 5 years. You went from going for a RICO case, which was 20 to life, and now you only looking to get 5 years? Really? For all the shit that he did? Come on. Let's. They know they blew this case. They're embarrassed. They have eggs all over their face. What a joke. What an absolute joke they are. But hey, that's what you get. I'm going to end this live stream. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. UncleClaude signing out. Take care. Stay safe. And God bless. And this is just another waste of taxpayer money here in the rotten apple, New York City. And thank you, Dr. LaShonia Ross Brown. Just read my book, Cheryl Burnett, and of course, Pretty Brown Eyes. Thank you all so much for joining me and all those in the clouds. Make sure, once again, hit that like button on the way out. Take care.